Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show live stream. What's good, G-Bag? Good to have you in here, bro. Gonna let people keep coming on in. What's really good, everybody? Got Kenneth Uko in here and Quincy Jones looking for the money. We'll be looking at some of these plays here. We got to monitor these injury reports. So hopefully everybody who does show up in here is going to be helpful for these injury reports. A little hint, if you could drop anything that you find as soon as it comes up, let me know. What's good? Yo. We're going to be getting a few picks up already that I'll show you guys here. If you are new, jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to look at, some bets that you want to play, but maybe you haven't yet, or maybe you did already, and we want to take a look at them, and we can share the wealth and see if I like that bet too, and which ones we're going to put on the bottom line. So everything that I already have up is scrolling on the bottom line right now. So if you do come in a bit late, you can find those bets real easy. After this video, I'm going to pin, as soon as we're done here, I'll pin this, the bets that we have in a comment on the video that's on YouTube. So do subscribe to the page. Quick reminder, we got the Discord. If you're not in there yet, I know a lot of you are. We're going to be talking about more bets in there as we do every day. Get some really good looks from everybody that comes in there. So appreciate you all who are in there already. Let's keep looking at some of these comments, and I'll get into these bets that I've got up already. Like I said, most importantly, maybe more than anything, we need to know if Donnie Mitchell is for sure a go, even more so than we need to know if Jared Allen is a go. And we don't know about either of those dudes yet. So let's keep it going yet. No, you're good, Joshua. It's not up yet. We'll put Garland in there. Add Garland to the upcoming list here. What's good, Flo Farrow? Appreciate you guys being in here, man. Let me I'll throw Garland up already since we got to look for him. We got rebounds specifically for the small Garland, but we probably want to know if Donnie's going to be in. I don't know if that'll affect his rebounds, but obviously we know everything else will be affected by it. I'm going to share my screen in 1 sec. Let me go through some of these real quick with you guys so you can have these ready for when these games come up. But this is what I put in the video last night. We got Derek. This is not, well, it's a picture of Derek White, but the bet here is under 207.5. I do like the under in this Cavs and Celtics game. That was before Donnie was listed as questionable at this point. I'm going to make sure that my lines are the most up to date because things are going to be flying around for sure here. The total on this game is at 206.5. You can still get a 207 as well. If you have Bet Rivers, there's a 207 live. I believe DraftKings has 207 live. So this is still a good bet. 207, you don't even got to worry about it. It's pretty much the same bet. You just get the push on the 207, obviously. But the pace for this series is going to keep slowing down. And these two teams already like to play slow. They've got to be really efficient from three to go over, which they have in a couple games and not so much in a couple other games through the first three rather. So keep that in mind. I don't think the 3-point shooting can hang on as good as it's been. We've seen a lot of that drop. The Cavs had to hit 46% to get 100 points in this series. Otherwise, they have not hit 100 points. And for Boston, they got theirs shooting 90 times a game, and that's slowed down a ton. So we're going to get a few less field goals, I believe, a few less makes, and neither of these teams are getting to the free throw line in a way that gets you easy buckets, right? Another bet that I think is safe right now, they might pull, I don't know if they did already, actually, Caris LeVert stuff, since he's going to be he'll be impacted by Donovan's presence or absence more than anybody will Caris LeVert. But I still think he's good for 14.5 PR. They've got him in there with any of the small lineups that they run, and they ran some small ball lineup last time. Dean Wade got in. That's a big sort of contributor to them being able to play small ball because they don't have a power forward that they can play small ball with if Dean Wade's not available, because now you're talking about Tristan Thompson and Marcus Morris, neither of whom played very much last game, but that's more relevant for Dean Wade, the accountant, as we call him. Caris is somebody who they've step up in this series big time. Like, you can't be going up against these Boston bigs, and by bigs I mean Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, these big wings for this squad, without somebody like Caris LeVert who has the size to at least like compete with this Celtics squad. And you need to have another shooter on the floor. Max Strus has been all right. Darius Garland has not been all right. And Caris LeVert has been better, honestly, in this series than Darius Garland already. And because he's averaging the 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, reason I put that up here is because I know he's a part of these closing rotations, because he's not just someone who's coming in and getting garbage time minutes, or he's a legit rotation player that they need. So Dean Wade is my next bet. I like him to get over 11.5 points and rebounds combined in this one. I think they're going to have to keep going back to him. If you look at the minutes for him in the second half of last game, played 10 minutes in that second half after really he played about 6 minutes in the first half, right? So they needed him in there in those important minutes, which tells you they don't feel comfortable with Tristan Thompson or Marcus Morris Sr. in there. So their minutes go down. Dean Wade is going to go up, and he's just coming back from injury, right? So because of the fact that he needed a little bit of time to ramp up in this last game, you only saw the 16 minutes. I expect those to keep going up. He was a plus 12 in this last game. He was only 2 of 6 from the field, a little bit better shooting, maybe 5 to 6 more minutes in this game is what we should expect. I think he's good to get the 11.5 PR in about 22 minutes of action. I think the points that are not going to be coming are from Max Strus. So I took him under 12.5 points and assists. Some people liked over for him. I don't know why you would like the assists if you added a bet to him. If you're going to bet on Max Strus over, I think you got to go with the rebounds. I don't know why you would add the assists. Our dude is at like 2.5 potential assists per game in this series. He's driving not nearly as much. He's got the ball in his hands, not nearly as much. Everything has dropped in the playoffs for Strus, really everything's just been Donnie Mitchell. So if Donnie Mitchell is out, which I don't expect him to, by the way, but please, once again, disclaimer, if y'all are up in here, can you please let me know if you get any Donovan Mitchell news the minute that you get it, and jump in the comments with a bet while you're helping out. But I know you guys are keeping an eye on that for me, so I appreciate it. Let's see real quick, just finishing up this Strus stuff. Yeah, like I said, to finish the point, the reason his touches have dropped, Donnie's have gone up, and when Karis LeVert is in there, he takes it from Strus as well. So Strus been a good rebounder, been crucial for the defense, not crucial for anything on offense, and that's why his touches and everything has gone down. So we're going under for the PA on Max Strus. This might go up if Donnie is ruled out, but like I said, I don't think that's going to happen. And if Donovan is ruled out, then you don't really want this bet, I'm be honest. But once again, I'm banking on him not being ruled out in a game that they have to win. So a couple other things for the other game late, and we'll start with the Celtics and Cavs game and then jump right into the Thunder and the Mavs here. But I got a little SGP that was real easy for me, 25 plus points, 20 for SGA, 20 plus for Kyrie. And I think these are both really safe plays for both these dudes. I'm expecting Kyrie to keep stepping up. He said last game at the end of the game, it was told to him by his teammates and his coaches, you got to shoot more and you got to shoot more early. And so if you look at what he's done in the playoffs, in the second half, 17 points per game. In the first half, 6.5 points per game, basically. That's been the whole playoffs, not just this series. So he's going to have to step up a lot more and shoot more. I like him to go over more so than I like Luka to go over, who has been the opposite of Kyrie, where he starts strong and then really can't finish, in part probably because of that injury to Luka, which is really hampering him at this point when you get into the second half. We've seen that with guys like Joel Embiid and others who, when they're hurt in the playoffs, you get worn down, man. In game 90 and above, like the second half is tough after you maybe that shot in your knee or your back wears off a little bit, whatever you used to help you when the game started. The second half has not been kind to those types of players. For SGA, I still like the 25 plus. He struggled a little bit in the fourth quarter, but this is just what he does. The only reason he's gone under twice in the playoffs for this 25 plus for SGA is because those games were complete blowouts. I expect this one to be pretty close. I know the Thunder are going to be playing for their playoff lives almost, because you do not want to go down 3-1, obviously. But either way, like this Mavs team ain't going to roll over. I think the Mavs do. I think the Thunder do pull it out, because I think the Mavs have to rely on 3-point shooting a little bit too much right now. And if the Thunder even shoot a little bit better than they have in the last 2 games, where they've been about 33% from 3, then they're going to be in a lot better position. So I don't know if Josh Giddey is going to be long for that game. This is one where take it or leave it. I like Luka under points and assists. I wanted to figure out how to fade him. I added the assist because he's not been able to do both. His usage rate, his touches, everything is dropping so much in the second half that I don't trust overs for Luka right now. I mean, he hasn't really been going over. So that's a big part of that, right? That's why his lines keep dropping. We've got the plus money for him to go under the 38 total points and assists combined here. All my stuff that I put up here is lack of touches for Luka. The pull-up game is really an indication of how healthy he is. Without him pulling up where he does, because he doesn't do anything off the catch and shoot. And so because his pull-up field goals are down, it makes me go, I don't think this man is fully healthy. And I think that's been a lot of what we've seen as well from the reports, and how his game has sort of deteriorated in the second half. So I'm taking up the unders for him, and I'm taking an under in the fourth quarter. You guys have probably seen me do this a couple times now, where I like to go under in the fourth quarter when it's up at about 51, 52.5. Once you get into these conference semis, everything slows down a ton, especially when you get to the fourth quarter. In this series, the pace has averaged 87. They've gone comfortably under 52 points in all 3 of these first games between these two teams, averaging 43 a game. So the fact that you still get this at 51.5, you already seen the Celtics series, like Celtics and Cavs, their fourth quarter total is down to like 48.5 now, right? And that is not what you normally see. You're going to see 50-point quarters almost all the time, even between two slow teams. Well, these two teams play slower in Dallas. Dallas plays better defense at home, etc. All the things just lead you to go under in this game, to be honest, as well as the just as important, the fourth quarter, which I really like for this bet. So let me get back into the comments and see what you guys are talking about, so I can get some of these more bets in here. And we'll start with mostly the Celtics and the Cavs game here. And obviously, we're still waiting on that game time decision for Allen and for Donnie Mitchell. But I'm going under the pretense that Donnie's playing and Jared Allen's less likely to play. So that's kind of how I'm moving forward here, if you guys want to consider that with these bets that we're talking about. Chris H is talking about Horford under. It's probably time we finally get a Horford under in here. He keeps going under, and we keep not taking it. And I'm sure that the moment that I take it is going to be the reason that it messes up. And I don't want to do that to everybody. But I'll put Horford PRA in here. We can take a look at it, because I know the RA has been a big under for us with Horford as of late. Looking at a couple more, we can look at, what's up, James? We can look at some of this Pritchard stuff right here. I'll put him in the comments, in the banner right up here. Pritchard, I haven't bet on Pritchard in a couple games now. After his stuff went up to about 7.5, it was at like 6.5, and I still really liked it there. Now you're starting to scare me away a little bit, but I'll take a look at that for sure. And then, for Max, if you're at 12.5 PA, that's where I'm at. If that's what you're talking about there, Kenneth, I think that's a good under. As I said, that's going to be scrolling on the bottom line if you want to keep up to date on what the bets are that I've already got in. Luka over 9 assists. I'm on the under for his PA in general, so it would be dangerous for me to go over on Luka there from No Round Brown. But I'm not telling you that the assists alone can't hit. I would actually probably bank on the assists a little bit more, although his potentials have gone way down. We'll take a look at what I'm looking at here. I'll just put him in here to make sure that I have him on there for when we get to that game. But looking for a few more Celtics things here. Mobley we can look at, and Tatum we can look at for coming in from Free Sauce. What's good, bro? And then QNZ Finest, we got Evan Mobley. So let me put, I didn't talk about Mobley yet, obviously. I'll put Mobley in here after Horford. And then we'll look at, for Mobley, I think the safe play in the event that Jared Allen does suit up is the points. The rebounds, a little bit more something that he can do. But once again, man, if you got a bruised rib, how are you raising your hands up to get a board like Jared Allen is going to need to be doing? I don't know. So I put Mobley in here, though, and I'll put Tatum as well. Tatum finally had a big game last game. I mean, I don't think it was a fluke necessarily, but I want to look a little bit more closely at it, to be honest. And then we got to always look at Jaylen Brown. The thing about Jaylen Brown first quarter, which we've been hitting, is we have to get it down to 5+ to feel good about it, because the 5 is a pretty key number for how many times he's gotten 5 first quarter points. Let me put him in here right after Garland, actually. I'm going to put in Jay Brown first quarter points, so we make sure we look at that specifically and I don't forget. For Garland, we still got the rebounds. That's something. Yeah, Karis LeVert's on there. Took out, so looks like DraftKings took Max Strus off of their lines there. There's no more markets for him. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good call too, by the way, from Free Sauce. If you're talking about Dean Wade, or if you're talking about Mobley rebounds, a little bit better look is going to be the not the rebounds anymore for Mobley, because of Jared Allen's possible presence, and Dean Wade is in there, and we got the principal or the accountant, whatever you want to call Dean Wade for his nickname. We got him in there as playing some small ball stuff, so they're going to need him. Let's see. All right, let's start with what we're at here. I got Tatum in there too, QNZ Finest, so we'll make sure that we look at that for him. I'm going to look at RA, and I'm going to look. Well, I'll be looking at rebounds, so we'll put that in there. The points always going to be interesting with Jay Tatum. 10.5 boards. Damn. We the fifth is going against Drew. What's good, Joe? Looking at JB over 4.5, JT over 5.5 first quarter. If you get that plus 125, really? Is it down to that? That's interesting. That's a good look, Joe, if that's really what it is. I did that last game, 5+ for Tatum, or for Brown, 6+ for Tatum, and that hit. Jaylen Brown was a little iffy. He got us there at the end, right, with that. But let me pull this up. Yeah, you got it on DK, right? I already like that. I didn't think that was still available. But let me go all the way down to first quarter. Oh, I got to go into this game. Hold up. I'm in DraftKings already, because I believe that FanDuel and these other books, they don't offer us alt lines for the first quarter points that we like to get here on DraftKings. So for first quarter, I got to go all the way to the bottom. And let's see. Then we got combined points. All right. All points first quarter. Jaylen Brown 4+. You can get 5+ for Jaylen Brown, still -160 because he barely got it last game. So you got to be careful about that. But now it looks like Jason Tatum's not around for his over 5.5. But that would be a wonderful number to get Jason Tatum at. Damn, bro, he's gone. That's annoying. They're probably just trying to keep. Yeah, here we go. All right, it just came up for me. 6+. Looks like it's down. I got to go into SGP. That was my first problem. My bad. I think this is a good look by you, Joe. And I loved this last game too. So first quarter, they're not giving it to. Oh, I'm tripping. My bad. Let me get to points. I'll figure it out today. I promise. Jaylen Brown, we get 5+, -160. So they love to just be shiesty as all hell. Let me get rid of these right here. And we get +110 right now is what it's showing me, which, I mean, +125, you hit that already. That's a good look. I love this at +110. I hit this exact bet for even money last game. I think this is a good look. I'm going to add it for half a unit. Thanks for bringing it back up, Joe. Appreciate you, man. This is what we do. People helping people, bro. And yeah, you got it early. You clearly got it early, bro. Good look on that and not waiting to hit it. That was the right play. I'm going to put that up on the bottom line. I need to get that up for myself as well. JB, 5+ 1Q / JT 6+ 1Q, and that is +110 on DK. That's a good look right there for the first quarter stuff. The thing about these two dudes, and I can even pull it back up real quick. This is gonna be real easy, actually. I'm putting 0.5 U on it. I got a lot of action right now. Let me pull up the what we did from a couple of days ago when we hit this bet by pulling up this exact thing real quick. Where are we at here? Standby. First quarter bets. Here we go. So I already had this as a play from the other day, and so I can just easily show you without even having to go into stuff. Brown, now he's gotten 5+ in all 8 games. You can see we did this 2 days ago for even money. So they're giving it to us now. Jaylen Brown had to hit a 3 at the end of the first quarter last game for us to hit this, but you can just reuse all of this and just add one more game of them each hitting in this last one, because it was 5 for JB. I believe Tatum ended up with like 10 in the first quarter. The thing here is Jason Tatum is playing the whole first quarter. Jaylen Brown's coming out at about the 9-minute mark, but he is being a bully during the first quarter. He's just trying to find his shot consistently. If the threes aren't in, he's still going to the rim, which is what makes you feel better about him. He's gotten 4 free throw attempts in the first quarter of the first 2 games of this series. Last series, he had to rely on that 3, like I said, but the free throws being there and how aggressive he is in the first quarter, this continues to be a good look for him. So I added that to the bottom line. If you want to go ahead and show that, let me share my screen though. I don't believe I've been doing that yet. That's on me. I'm a clown for that. All right, I got DraftKings up right here, but I also have props.cash I'm going to be using for the majority of the stream. So if you do want to get a props.cash account and don't have one yet, the code is rolling on the bottom line as well, LYB24 on props.cash. You can go ahead and get 25% off first month. But let's get into some of these bets here. I already know I love that bet from you, Joe. I should have gotten it right there earlier, but yeah, that didn't come out until probably after I was already recorded. But the JT PRA, let's start with Tatum, and then I'll get into Garland. I know I put him up first, but Tatum is going to be a polarizing figure here for bettors for a little bit, I believe. So let's see what we like about JT, if there's anything there. Let me see if I can also get this to get. Yeah, I can. Hold up. All right, can fill up the screen a little bit better. All right, bet. So for JT, let me pull this down here because it's easier. Beautiful, love it. All right, so for JT, I mean, it was really just the shots that haven't been there quite as much for him, right? So if we're looking at him in the last, let's just look at him in this series for a minute. We'll do versus Cleveland, and we'll make it the playoffs real quick. So versus Cleveland in the playoffs now, 3 games, right? The 27.5 points is basically what this line has been at for the whole time. So it's not like we're losing or getting any edge because of that. What you want to consider here too, always field goal attempts. So looking at field goal attempts on props.cash, this is why I'm using this platform too, for those of y'all that are new, is just to get everything on one screen as much as I can. So keep that in mind. Let me see if I make it a little bit bigger if it's actually screw me up. There we go. Field goal attempts. So 19 and 17, and then the 20 in this last game. I mean, the minutes for him were the most in this last game because it was the closest game, to be honest. Like, there wasn't very close in the first game. They were in it in the second game, but then obviously he didn't play that last half of that fourth quarter, down like 20 points. And then 42 in this last game where they actually needed to close things out. He was also playing better. He took 25 shots in this last game. I don't know if I can depend on that. I'm not really there for the points for JT. I'm gonna be honest with you. The rebounds and assists have been a little bit easier to call, and the rebounds have been a much better play. And it does look like, I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull up FanDuel directly to see if he's still available at 9.5 on FD, because everywhere else it looks like it's up to 10.5 for him, right? For the rebounds for Jason Tatum. And we've been talking about Tatum since last series, and the reason being, one, obviously KP is out, so they need another rebounder. But the other thing is where he's playing on the floor. You can still get 9.5 at FanDuel if you have an account there, and I still think that's a way better look. If you look at the rebounds for him, he's getting a lot of rebounds on very few. Let me change this. On very few rebound chances for how many rebounds he's getting. So if I just look at the playoffs right now, in the 8 games, he's gone over in 6 of them. And since KP went down, he probably should have had gotten the boards in this game where he only got 7 against Cleveland. But Cleveland did not miss a shot in that third quarter where they beat them in game 2. So there was a little bit deflated for his rebound chances. If we go down to rebound chances real quick on here, shout them out for getting those rebound chances up on this platform. He had 13 in that game, but he's been at least 15 for pretty much since KP went down in one game before, right? So KP didn't play in all this game. He missed most of this game right here in game 4 against the Heat, the second to last game of the series. So this is the anomaly. Everything else is 15 to 18 without Kristaps Porzingis in the game, right? And once again, I don't think this Cavs team is coming to shoot. You saw that I like the under in this game. I don't think the Cavs team is going to shoot well enough to only have 13 rebound chances for the dude leading this team in rebound chances, by the way, at this point. So I'm going to show you, if you want to look at it in a whole, you want to go to the NBA Advanced Stats page and change teams to players. Links to all this stuff is in the description of the video if you need to know how to get there. I still owe you guys a video showing you exactly how to be looking for these rebound chances, which I promise to God I will get up. I owe you a lot of other shit too. Let me look at the playoffs real quick. You're gonna see he is leading this team. Even when KP was here, he's leading this team in rebound chances. So I filtered this to players tracking rebounding. All right, try if you can try to keep up with that. Boston Celtics only, so that I'm looking at players for the Boston Celtics only. And in the playoffs, no, what, brother? Going back to the playoffs, going back to Boston. In the playoffs for Boston, J Tate's at 14 rebound chances per game. Now, this is a really high rebound chance rate, right? Like 72% is better than like your Jokic's and your Embiid's and all these top rebounders in the league. But Jason Tatum's still getting him in this one because he is the top rebounder for this team. And because of the fact that like Horford and Cornette and whomever else, they're just busy focused on the best rebounder on the floor, which is Evan Mobley. If Jared Allen's in, then he's the best rebounder on the floor, but we don't think he's going to play. So I still think the rebounds are a good look for him. He's been getting 10 to get 14 rebound chances. And I think you put him at 15 to 16 rebound chances before you put him at 14. So everything should stay the same if this Cavs team continues to shoot pretty poorly, to be honest. I'm just going to bring up NBA.com to pull up the preview of this series real quick. And so you can see, just if you go to game charts, just on the preview for this whole series, you can see the Cavs shooting 44% from the field, 30% from 3. That's going to give you plenty of rebound chances, right? So yeah, I think this rebound bet is still the play for Jay Tatum. I'm going to put him in here as my first lean. But if you're playing Tatum and the assist, let me just look at that because I know the RA was a call. But if you're playing the assist for Tatum as well, let me pull up assists. Pulling up. Come on. Okay, so in this series, he's at about 9 because it's 10-8-8, right? That he's had. 5 on 10, 6 on the assists scare me. They've been scaring me because it's a little bit more reasonable for me to say Jay Tatum has control over the rebounds. He does not have control over the assists. So the fact that he's been barely getting over 5.5, you can see it's still plus money, right? And in the playoffs as a whole, he's at 5.5. So this line is right at fair. With the potential assist that he's got as well, I think he's going to continue looking for his shot. He's going to go under soon enough on this assist prop. He's been right at 5 or 6 the whole time. So there's no edge there for me. I think when you add the rebounds to the assists, it doesn't do much, right? Like the rebounds are fine on their own. That's kind of my main point here. So if you get the -130 on FanDuel, I think it's like -128. I think that's the best play for Tatum. I have zero trust in the points right now. What did he do in this last game? I'm just going to pull up game 3. Was his shooting off the charts? Looking at game thrice, going into the box score for JT, 11 for 25, 44%. That's about what he's been. She's been a little bit worse. Actually, only 2. So he got 9 free throws. So he was aggressive, and they couldn't stop him, and that was helpful. 9 free throws. I don't know. He's not been getting 9 free throws, to be honest. That's why he hasn't been going over. If I go down to free throw attempts for him, 9, 11. Okay, he's gotten 9 here and there. So I would say, yeah, 8.5, 9 actually is pretty reasonable for him. So he just went over because he made 11 instead of hitting 6 of 20 shots. He made 11 of 25. So he took more. He made a few more, but he took a lot more too. So the percentages still aren't there for Tatum. That's a total crapshoot on the points. I'm going to get off of the points from him. I think the rebounds is the play. I'm just going to leave that as the lean for Tatum on that. And then I'm going to look at our board Darius right quick as well. So Tatum is a lean for me on the boards, but I'm leaving everything else alone. Over Rebs. But if I'm talking about my lean, it's under points right now still, to be honest, under points. And I'm not even I don't even want to touch the assists either way. It's just literally a 50-50 bet. And I'm here for getting an advantage here, not for just a 50-50 bet. So we're good on Tatum. Let me get him off of here and look at Darius, and then I will. And the thing about Darius is I don't think you can place a bet on him either way. Now, honestly, what's interesting is the rebounds were what was brought up in the comments. I actually do think if you're talking about Darius, the best bet here is to look at rebounds because everything else is hyper dependent on what happens with Donnie. So let's say Donnie's not in. Well, now 15.5 points and 5.5 assists are both a good over for Darius Garland. If Donnie's in, the dude just has not been involved enough. Let's look at on the season real quick. In fact, I'll just go to StatMuse real quick to show you this. So this is my favorite place to get quick splits, just like with or without a player, at home versus away, in the playoffs versus the regular season. Any stat that you want to split and figure out what does this look like in this situation versus that one, StatMuse is a great go-to. So let's do Garland, if I could type, with and without Donovan Mitchell this season. What happens? His points go up by about 3 per game. His minutes go up by 3 per game. His rebounds kind of go up. The assists go up by half of an assist, basically. And he takes 2 more shots and basically 1.5 more threes. So actually, his 3-point percentage is better too. More free throws. Yeah, obviously, this all adds up. More usage, everything. So I'm not saying he's good for 20, but he might be. It might be worth a sprinkle on 20 for him if Donovan Mitchell doesn't play. I think it's possible he gets it, but he hasn't even been shooting the ball as much. I'm saying if Donovan Mitchell plays. So everything's locked here because they're cowards. Let's see if it's up on draft. I mean, I say that tongue in cheek because I wouldn't have my bets up too. Everything looks like it's becoming unavailable right now. So some news is coming out. Is that what's going on? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell not at pregame warmup. That's even worse than being not at shoot around. Hi. So that's why they took everything down. For Tatum rebounds, the lean is the over. I didn't bet that myself, just so you know, Cody. But if you're betting on him, I'm going over on his rebounds, and everything else is a stay away. But I lean under on the points if you are going to bet on Tatum points. To be honest, if that deters you from taking over anyway. Okay, so now we are in a holding pattern. So here's what I'm going to say too. The thing about this game right now, so you see this spread rising on MGM 9.5, right? So everything's going to start just changing all over the place. I think if you can get an under, it's still a good bet because I don't trust this Cavs team to score. Now, at the same time, look, stars out, bets up. Karis LeVert was a great bet. No Mitchell, no Allen. Mobley's hurt. You got to go under on the game or the Cavs if you can at this point. See, it's dropping. Yeah. So I'm glad I hit that under at 207.5. I'll tell you that right now. And hopefully you guys are able to get there on it. But this also does impact things like a JT bet. But I think once you get first quarter stuff for both JT and JB, you're looking at a good spot here. I could see them trying to dominate this thing early. I think if you can get a first half bet, it's at -10 now. What's the first half at? Habs 5.5. I think that's still good. We should have taken it at 4.5, but I think the Celtics at -5.5 is still a good bet. These are all the things that I know I can control with Donovan being out. So Garland is he's going to have to shoot. And now my Max Strus bet feels way worse too, because you're looking at overs for other dudes on the Cavs who are going to be taking shots now. Interesting. Yeah, I think the half is a bet. -5. Oh, now it's -6. Yeah. So, I mean, look, this is, if you want CLV closing line value, start taking unders and the Celtics, honestly, because this thing's just going to keep flying. This is the first half. Now that the whole spread is at 10, I still think that's okay. But the Cavs can't afford to punt anything. They've still got to try. God damn, this is a wild time right now. 209.5. You got 10 as the spread, like we said. Get a bet in, man. That's what you can do. I think, yeah. Ooh, that's a good look. Yeah. So now we're starting to talk about maybe some backups on both these teams. If the blowout is incoming, Pritchard has been the sort of dude that we look at when these games get blown out. We go to Peyton P, a little Peyton P. This is going to be so outdated though, so I don't even know if I can use props.cash right now. This is where we got to bring up Props Madness, even though I have that affiliate deal with props.cash right now. Props Madness updates every 60 seconds for these lines, so this stuff's going to be pretty up to date for us. Let's see, Pritchard's still at 7.5. Yeah, I think even the Pritchard rebounds, honestly, this is actually why I still like this platform. Pritchard everything, yeah, if he's still at 2.5. Points at 7.5. This is going to be up. Okay, things are starting to come back up maybe. All right, we still got our C's bets. Okay, so 7.5 for Pritchard. Yeah, I mean, he's been coming in early, and now he might play the whole fourth quarter as well if this game is not close. So I think we got to get a bet on Pritchard. I think you got to stay away from Max Strus. I'm going to be honest to you. Max Strus might be called upon a bit more in this one. So that's going to be a thing. Now, Donnie's not officially ruled out, right? He just wasn't at pregame shoot around, and this game tips in an hour. Oh, he's ruled out. My bad. Okay, Donnie's out. Donnie is officially out. Yep. Good look. I believe Kevin was talking about that. Yeah, he just got officially ruled out. So that's crazy. That is totally crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's get to it though. Let's let me know what you guys are thinking. I know we got Levert locked, free sauce, always at the side, bro. I appreciate you. Always got those locked and ready to go. It's really just about what happens now without Donnie. So there's a ton of shots to go around, a ton of them. We're not going to see these props come back up for the Cavs just yet. They got to refigure this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Garland, I would stay away from the unders at this point. I also would be like a little bit wary of just once this spread gets really inflated. Like I like to say, stars out, bets up. Right when a star is out, a lot of times these dudes behind him just come in and step right up and like do their thing. And plus, you've got the human nature factor of this Celtics team. I mean, they take their foot off the gas, man. This is not a team that has that killer mentality that I see. I mean, I like when they get aggressive. I'm not saying they're not aggressive going to the hoop, but like they don't step on your throat is kind of what I mean by that. If you looked at the Miami series, even right now with that game 2, once they start smelling themselves, it's a little bit risky at that point. Let's see who's bringing stuff up the fastest for this Cavs squad. I think Peyton P is a good look. If you want to talk about these Celtics players, I think Sam Hauser might be a good look. He's actually only at about 9 minutes, but he still could be a good look. Luke Cornett is at 2.5 points. Player rebounds for Cornett, 3.5 to the over. You're talking about garbage time minutes for these bros. So I mean that's still a good look. What's maybe now is the under for JT, for Jason Tatum. This feels like the moment to go under for his points, which I already have up as the lean, but I think that's a good look. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's true. Reese talking about how this game is going to be ass. Maybe we'll, Dean Wade game. No, he's not going to play Blake. This is official. Like Woj, I guess Woj, if you consider him official, then that would be the case. He didn't even go through those pregame warmups, and then we got that. So yeah, he's officially out. That's a lock right there. The only thing that is a lock. Yeah, he is officially out. So let's use our brains for a minute. Peyton P. Like, do we just automatically go to this? Now, the other thing you can do here for these backups, right? And I'll put this at the bottom here on the bottom line. The backups are something you can play, but like you also want to consider like you can take them live, and that's not a bad look either, right? Because if you get them live, you can kind of see how this game is going, and as soon as the blowout starts coming, these live lines are going to be slow to bring up this stuff. So here's also what I'm saying as a lean. This is a lean live bet, and actually I'll just put this in live bets. I'm going to make that its own thing. So for live bets, look at Pritchard over, I mean, everything, honestly, PRA, whatever. Definitely assists too, because he's going to dime up more in the fourth quarter when he's the main ball handler. The reason I've been taking points for Pritchard this series and not just points, not points and rebounds or points and assists or anything, just points, is because when he's on the floor with Jaylen Brown and with Jason Tatum, with Derek White, with all those dudes, he's off ball, right? And now he's getting all of the sort of catch and shoot stuff. If he's on the floor as the facilitator, now he's looking to pass and get others involved. So I'm sticking to the points right now for the bet pregame. I'm going to put Pritchard up as a bet. I'm taking over 7.5 points for him. 7.5 points. That's minus 115 on DK rather. And I'm putting half a unit on that. And then I can always put more if I need to. But for the live betting stuff, you want to look at Celtics backups. So Boston reserves, I'll just put backups. Equals backups equals Pritchard over PRA. I'm going to look at Cornette over PR. I'm off. I'm not touching Sam Hauser right now. I just have seen his usage drop so dramatically that I don't really want to talk about him right now. But yeah, all that stuff is good. Mobley points is not bad. Wait, Mobley points is not bad unless you went under. No, if you're just asking Jabba the Hutt, if you're looking for Mobley points, that's definitely a good bet, because it sounds like Allen isn't fully ruled out yet, right? Oh, good call, Joey. I won't forget about Horford. Don't worry. We'll get to that in 1 sec. We're just in a little bit of scramble mode, but there's nothing about Jay Allen. Oh, he's not going through pregame warmups either. I don't think he's playing, y'all. I think Allen is Mobley is a good bet on the over points right now. Oh, 16.5 is what it's coming back at. Is that what it is over here too? That's still locked on FanDuel. You're losing the juice on Pritchard if you can get that in. And if my partner watching the episode can get that in, that's fire. Yeah, the entire head-to-head stuff is going to be taken down, Mike. Yeah, that takes them a lot longer to cap for themselves than anything else, because they got to look at both dudes. And that's why they mess it up. It's more math for the books, which just makes it easier for them to mess it up, honestly. I love those head-to-head bets. All right. Let's see if I know, like I said, this is going to be pulling through. So we've got Mobley at 16.5. You've got Strus at 11.5 points. What's his points and assists at? Up to 15.5 on the PA, right? Which I took at 12.5, like a loser, apparently. Yeah, I don't think you go under on Strus anymore. I don't think that's fair. Is there stat leader stuff up yet? Rebounds leader. Interesting. That's the only thing we got. That's the only thing they're giving us over here. Let's look at rebounds leader or stat leaders over here on DK. Game leaders. Yeah, they don't have anything up. All right. So we'll wait on that. Maybe what we'll do is just go to the Mavs real quick, although I don't want to miss out on these things right as they come up, because that's usually when they're the most vulnerable, right? I think Tatum is a good bet for the under points, to be honest with you, not because like anything other than he might not need to. This is the same concept as like us getting this is the same concept as us taking the over on these backups, is that they're just going to get minutes that even these things out. Yeah, Mike, they are cowards. You're 100% right. They're cowards. Let's see. Let me look at Horford real quick before I dip out, because I know Joey Bacon and a couple others wanted to see that. Yeah, that's hopefully you guys got that locked in. I'm pretty proud of us for that. Good shit, Free Sauce. That's what the Discord's about, y'all. The Discord's about live, up-to-date stuff. Brilliant people besides myself, Free Sauce and Buddy and Trey and Mike and everybody else in there. Ray, we got Street Cred in there. Everybody, it's just the more eyes we got on this stuff together, the better we are finding these edges, right? But let's go over here. If y'all, I'm gonna keep my eye on the comments. If y'all have something that comes up and you're like, yo, this bet just came up, jump in there and get it. Garland just came, just like Larry did. Appreciate you, Larry Stone Cold. Right as I said that, he's like, yo, Garland at 19.5 points. So it looks like Garland just came back up. Okay, let's see what his points in assists. So DK is working faster than FanDuel, right? That seems to be the case. Although FanDuel has their stat leader stuff up for the game. Yeah, see, yeah, they're slow as hell with these Cavs. All right, so the player assist is still not up. It's just points. You got rebounds from Mobley. Maybe blocks from Mobley. Boy's been blocking. Threes. There's DG at 2.5. Now that's a look, right? What's his assist? Can we get his assist, please? Are they going to come out at 6 or 7.5? If they came out at 5.5, that's an automatic hit for Garland. But let's see real quick. Let's look at Darius and just use this. Even though it's not up to date, I can at least use it for and I can alt his number right now. So let's get this up to 19.5 points. Let's take Donovan out. Let's just look at this real quick, and then I'm going to Horford. I promise. I know I forgot already. We took Donovan out. This is just without Donnie. Ooh. In 23, he played 21 games, still didn't hit this very often, right? 43%, averaging 20 in those games. What about assists? And I don't think these are going to be a 5.5, so let's bump him to 6.5. Because if it opens at 6.5, we might have something here. He's averaging 6.9, nice. And then we've got him at how many potentials in these situations? 13 potential assists. To get 7 is not a bad look. They're going to be letting threes fly. Maybe we go back to our Max Strus threes leader. I don't know if we're going to get that yet. That did not hit last game, but now there's a lot of threes to go around for this Cavs team, and I think they're going to have to hit them. I think Strus threes, Dean Wade threes, I think all that stuff is live. Garland threes at 2.5 is a play as well, to be honest. I think he's going to be taking a lot more in this one. We'll go back to threes real quick. It was 2.5 for -105. I still think that's a good look. Mobley, I'm not playing his threes. Strus at 2.5, I still think is a good look. So yeah, all that stuff is still live. I'm not betting that right now. Let me go over to this other game. I'll let this stuff percolate a little bit. People can overreact to stuff and then we can hit it, but I don't see quite an edge here. Like I said, I'm still leaning under on the points, and I still keep forgetting about Horford. I apologize. Let me get into Horford, and then we're going to this Thunder-Mavs game real quick. All right, I'm finishing this up real quick. Don't forget I added that first quarter bet. Hopefully you can get that in for Tatum and Brown still. I'm not sure if it'll be higher at this point, but if it's not, it's still a really good look. Shout out Cup of Joe for that. That was much appreciated. Papa Grandpa Al Horford. I loathe betting on Al Horford. I hope I've made that clear to everybody. The PRA is a lot of red for Al, isn't it? And I would imagine they want to get Papa Al out of the game as fast as they can, as they have whenever there's a blowout. Papa Al, what's the opposite of blowout proof? Blowout susceptible? But Papa Al is susceptible to losing tons of minutes during blowouts. I'll show you what I mean real quick. If they win by 15 this year, he's at 17.4 PRA, and he's playing 23 minutes. Whereas you look at a guy like, we always talk about this, like Derek White's a little bit more blowout proof because they like him in there. So if when they win by 15, this dude's still going over 17 out of 31 times, right? So that's why we like certain guys to be playing garbage time. We do not like Papa Al to be playing garbage time. Let's put it that way. I think garbage time might be inevitable. Sorry, Cavs fans, for any of you out there, but I think garbage time is inevitable in a bad way for the Cavs. So I think Papa Al already, I can tell you, I love this under, to be honest with you. This is on the season when they win by 15. Let's look at the playoffs. In the playoffs, under this number in every game, obviously, not obviously, he played 39 minutes in this last game, and it mattered. But it does come down to threes for Al, to be honest, because when he makes threes, so he made no threes last game. Actually, he's made 3 and he still hasn't gone over. He's taken 6 a game in this series. Let's conservatively assume he hits 2 threes of his 6 that he's going to take. And 6 is the number that we put him at if this game is not a blowout. But if this game is not a blowout, and then he takes the 6 threes, how many other shots is he taking that? So he's taking like 2 other shots from elsewhere. He's not going, he gets like 1 shot at scoring in the paint, and that's it. So the points at 8.5, if he hits 2 threes, he's still liable to go under if he doesn't hit 2 of 3 of the other ones. So, I mean, he has to get hot from 3. That's really what it comes down to, right? Because if you look at him on the whole as the season, let's cap him at 2 threes and say 0 to 2. And we look at the regular season, look how often he's going under this number, right? 15.8 minutes. And let's make his minutes, let's give him 26 to 30. That seems like a fair projection for Papa Al. 26 to 30 minutes that he's played. And on the season, 2 out of 7, 18.7. So yeah, the minutes are a little bit weird. Let's say he plays at least 26 and see even if that matters. This is playing 26 minutes at least, making at least 2 threes, and he's still going under this number really comfortably. My main point that I'm taking a long time to make is the threes are mad important for Al Horford to get over this number. At this point, like, he's trying to board up against Evan Mobley, who's got like 20 years on him in younger. The assists are not there because now the ball is just in the hands of Horford, or of Tatum and Brown. This is a good look. I got to take under on the PRA for Al. Like, everything is adding up here. Now that there's no filters, you see him averaging 17.5 on the season in 27 minutes. What's he averaging in the playoffs minutes-wise? I want to make sure I'm not dicking this. Yeah, 28 minutes. He played 39 in the last one because they kind of, I guess they needed it. But I would imagine they don't want him playing that much, and this could be a blowout. So we're good. I'm going to under 19.5 PRA for Papa Al Horford. That's all I need to know. My God, my card is full. Horford under 19 point. I'm glad that you kept bringing it up, Joey Bacon and company. Thank you for staying on me about it because of my ADD. And the 19.5 is great because it's a better price than in other spots where it's 18.5. So we'll go minus 122 on FanDuel for that. Put 0.5 U on it. All right. Keeping it moving. Everything is on the bottom line. I need to look at these other things, but let's look at this Thunder and Mavs game right now. All right. Giddey is a steal right now. Dude, we should be taking under his PRA, should we not? Or are you saying it's a steal to go over because it's just gotten so crazy low at this point? Yes, Pritchard over. I'm fine with 2.5 boards, over 2.5 assists, and then the points at 7.5. I'm betting for half a unit. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's look at some of these Thunder players. I know we got to look at SGA. So we got over 13.5 for SGA. Yeah, I mean, the RA, that's pretty low. That's a good look by you, Free Sauce. Let me put him in here. SGA RA. If it's 13.5, I thought it was 14.5. But if we get that down to 13.5, that's a good look. Save that, put it up there. So this is what we got that we're looking at still. And let me reorganize this because I'll come back to that that Cavs and Celtics game in a minute before we close out. But I want to at least get into this this other game real quick. So I'm going to keep that there. I'll keep those guys up. I got Luka. I got SGA. Let's see. And Levert starting. Let's go. Love that. Kyrie over on the assist. I like Kyrie, and I want to look at Chet too. Thanks for throwing that out there, Free Sauce. I'm going to look at Chet, and I'm going to look at wow, Chet's still at 8.5 boards, huh? Love that. And then Kyrie, man, I'm so scared of taking the assist for Kyrie. I don't know why. I guess I just feel better about the points because I'm kind of fading Luka this game. And I still like Kyrie is just going to do Kyrie stuff in the second half. Kyrie's a good live bet, by the way. I want to put that under here, under the live bet section. So that's scrolling on the bottom line at the end. You can see some live bets that I'm telling you guys to keep an eye out for. Those will be in the Discord as well. So whenever we get a live bet going in the Discord, it's in there. Link is in the description of the video. Still free and all that. So I suggest like get in there and seeing what we're talking about if you want to get on these live bets with us. But the other live betting situation is Kyrie second half overs and Luka second half unders. Luka 2H unders. All right. Those are under the live bets. Let's get what should we make the little emoji for the live bets? Probably what's a live? I don't know. Let's do a little siren. Live bets. Keep an eye out. All right. So that's on the bottom line right now for all the bets that we've got up and everything else. Let me look at that Chet under real quick. Is Lively just going to get minutes now, bro? Where's our guy at? What's it? Crossed up? No, who's yeah, he's the Mavs dude. He's following that. I think it's Cross Pong. And Gafford is injured. Man, Lively still at 6.5 points. That's a really good look if you want to add that to something. Let's put Lively in here too. All this stuff is good, honestly. I'm not going to look at Luka, by the way. I already did. And I showed you what I liked, and which was an under for him. If you like over on the assists, that's okay. I took under on the points and assists, mostly because I don't think he can do both, but he could get over on the assists and not the points, obviously, if you'd rather do that. But let's keep it up with let's look at SGA real quick. And then is there something that tells me that Lively is going to keep playing? If anybody has like info that's like, yo, this is how we know that he's going to keep playing minutes over our boy, then yeah, like I would love to know that. Derek Lively news. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything this close. That I would have to like go do some deeper digging into like why he would or would not play. Let's look at RotoWire for a minute. I'm going to see if they have their projections up for minutes and if they're still looking at pretty much the same thing for this Thunder team. So this is a link in the description of the videos as well. Projected, you can get these lineups for everybody, and they give you their projections for minutes. So they've got them both at 24. I agree that Lively seems to be the dude who's getting more minutes with Gafford hurt, and Gafford does seem legitimately hurt. So yeah, I think I think that's a stay away from me, but I can understand going to it. Let me look at SGA real quick. So the RA, I still think he's good for everything. Honestly, if you're talking about SGA, like he's going to have the ball in his hands so damn much that it's always a good look for him. The last game took points and assists for him. I still think 30.5 is good. I mean, in the playoffs, he's at 28.9, but actually played a few less minutes here and there in some of these games when they blew out the Pellies, right? And had a bad first game of the playoffs. Then you look at Dallas in this game one, also didn't have to play much in the fourth quarter, right? Dallas game one played 37 minutes. They got blown out in this next game, still went over in the next two because he was playing 40. He's got to play 40. He's got to get the points for them. The assists and the rebounds. Ooh, okay. So 13.5 is still alive if you want to take it from minus 130. And I mean, look, the rebounds and the assists have been there hella for him. And like, just look at the potentials real quick. So potential assists at 14 to get 7. Yeah, no brainer. And then the rebound chances, if we go down a little further, man, yeah, basically leading the team right behind Chet, who cannot get boards to save his life against these dudes that are way bigger than him. So 18, 15, 17, 17 for SGA. I think that's a pretty good look for the RA. There's really no reason not to. On the season, now he's averaging 14. On the season, it was 12. That was in 34 minutes. He's at 38 minutes now, but he's going to be playing 40 if he can. Like that's a no-brainer. And he's been doing this in the playoffs so much. Also head-to-head pretty much this season. Yeah. I mean, the head-to-head stuff between these two teams is not helpful. But if you look at these right here, man, yeah. SGA double-double is interesting. Drewski coming in. Appreciate you being in here, bro. If you want to look at that, yeah, that's interesting. The SGA double-double, if it's worth it, that could be sexy. But the RA for SGA, like I like all of it, honestly. Like I don't think you leave the points out, to be honest. As high as this is, take the RA and maybe you just take it separate with the points, and maybe you do something like 25, 5, and 5 for Shea. Will that even help with that? Will they give us something for that? Like, would they really even give us? They probably won't even give us good odds for that, to be honest. Let's do SGA real quick and just be like, oh, he's gonna keep doing everything. Let's do him for what's the 25? It's minus 650. Fuck it, let's do him for 30. 30 minus 160 rebounds for Shy. We got to do these weird numbers. But I think 6 boards is still hell alive for him. And then player assists. What's his assist? Yeah, minus 230, whatever. Plus 179 that's a lot of work for plus 179, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would recommend that. Plus, is the Tatum bet in here? No, okay, yeah, that they didn't give it. So, I mean, for Shy, like, yeah, take either the RA, take the points, or I would take 2 together, basically. Not that the PRA is not available. Honestly, fuck it. I don't know why I would tell you RA over PRA. I like adding the points for SGA, to be honest with you, just because I like I like the fact that he's going to have the ball in his hands that much. He's going to be shooting. He shoots the whole fourth quarter. So I would just take all of it. That's my lean for SGA at this point, but still mad high for anybody, obviously, but everything's going to be there for him. So I'm putting SGA here under a lean for myself. I still think he's a good look for everything. SGA under the leans, over 44.5 PRA. That's my preferred way to play any of the Shy overs if you're going to be on that in this one. Let's move it though to a couple others I wanted to look at here. Lively, let me look at Chet first, because if Chet's still at 8.5 boards, well, did he go over on that last game? No, he ended with 8. My favorite bet was him to not get as many boards as Luka, right? Mav shot really well from 3, but here's the thing that is always comfortable about taking under for Chet. Let me go to players tracking rebounds and change this to OKC. So link in the description here if you're not if you're a bit new, like all the links that I'm using to show you guys how I'm finding the info I need. This is all in the description of the video. Also can get all this obviously in the Discord if you want as well. But let's look at playoffs, player tracking rebounding for this OKC squad, and we look at the rebound chances. Look at Chet, skinny boy Holmgren. 8 boards on 17 rebound chances is a 46.7 rebound chance success rate. Whereas I was showing you earlier that Jason Tatum is at 72% in the playoffs. So this is not good. It's in part because he can't really get contested rebounds. And because of the fact that, dudes are just boxing his ass out, man. That's just really what it comes down to. So for Shy, he's at a 61% rebound chance success rate. I think the 7.9 is good, but the under for Chet seems really ripe. Now, in this series, he's gone. I mean, look, Gafford's his daddy. That's what we talk about, right? And now Lively, not quite as daddy. I guess that does scare me a bit more. Like, look at this game is the one where Lively played way more, right? And he had 8 boards on the, how many potentials did he have in that game? 20. A lot of mercy. Yeah, 20. Let me see something else for Chet real quick. I'm going to go into that box score from the last game. And I'm going to pull up the tracking data. So this is how you see the player tracking data is in here. You can change inside the box score of this game. I'm going to change traditional to player tracking. I'm going to look at rebound chances. So Chet had 20. Shai had 17, right? Yeah, I mean, he's still going to keep getting those boards, man. SGA double-double. If you get that around even money, I still think that, well, no, you got to get that for better. You got to get like plus 150 for that because those rebounds are at a low prop. But the other thing I was going to see here is, when did Chet get his boards? Because this is what I would be considering is, like, I'm pretty sure second half we saw a lot more. So he had 5 of his 8 boards in the second half. So this is kind of what I want to heed against, and just be careful if you're betting Chet Holmgren unders, because the rebounds worked out for us last time, but we might have gotten away with it. So Gafford played 7 minutes in the second half and Lively played 15. That's what I was trying to see is, like, did he get these boards against Lively or did he get these boards against Gafford? And the answer is right, though they played the same amount here. And in the first half, Chet had 3 boards. Right now, also in the first half, how did this Dallas team shoot? They shot 26% from 3, 40% from the field. That's 30 misses, meaning that in those 30 misses that they had, Chet only got 3 boards, right, in these 17 minutes. But then you go to the second half and you see that other dudes are out now, and you don't have as much Gafford, who is his daddy, as we've established. And Derek Lively's not old enough to be his daddy. He's not old enough to be anyone's daddy. He's like 19. So he's at 16 minutes, and the Mavs missed way fewer shots. Look at that. They missed, well, this is 22. Yeah, so they missed 8 fewer shots in total. They shot 43% from 3. So my point is, they had way more missed shots in the second half, and they had way more missed shots in the first half, yet Chet Holmgren got more rebounds in the second half. Why would that be, Brian Windhorst meme? Because there's worse rebounders on the floor. Like, Derek Lively ain't Daniel Gafford. So that's my main thing with Chet, is be careful. In fact, now I'm starting to talk myself into Chet overs all over the place, points and anything, because Gafford was the dude keeping him from doing anything. And I believe game 3, let me look at that. How many minutes did Gafford play in game 3? Because this would just help prove my point. Game 3 is another game that, or not game 3. This is game 2. Bear with me. No, yes, for Dallas, it's game 2 right here. All right, so let's go to game 2 real quick. When Chet went off, did he go off against? Pulling up game 2. Who did he go off against? So box score. Let me look at matchups real quick and put Chet on offense and see if Chet was being guarded by who he was being guarded by. Minutes. It was mostly PJ, I guess, that was guarding him. And yeah, PJ has been guarding him a bit more. And he didn't really go off against one specific person. He just had a good game and made a lot of threes is really what it came down to, right? In that game, I think he hit like 3 or 4 of them. So not as much there. He doesn't necessarily score more. I don't know that I can just go, oh, he's going to do better on offense, but I can't say that I'm staying away from under his boards. That's my only word of caution with Chet Holmgren. Hope that was enough to make sense there. If you're talking about the website I'm on right now, my bad. If you're talking about the website I'm on right now, this is props.cash. So this is the one that I have the code for if you want to use it, LYB24. You get 25% off because this is a subscription model. But man, it's a time saver, bro, more than anything. And you can really look at these filters in a way that helps you get the exact context, whatever. I won't plug it too hard right now, but let's see. I'm going to look at a couple other things. Yeah, I think Chet's a bit better of an over for his stuff this game than anything else. So I'm going to pass on anything Chet because I don't like the points. I mean, the assists are live at 2.5. Oh, overs plus 150 though. For 2.5. Wow. Interesting. What's his potentials at? So one game with none, but these last few he's at 8 and 4. He could get 3, honestly. For plus 150, that's not terrible. What was his stuff during the season? 2.5, and that was in 29.7 minutes. Let's do this. Might just be a numbers bet of like the value's there, like hit it. Now he's at 33, so that's about 4 more minutes per game in the playoffs. This might be a look, honestly. Chet on the assist. Yeah. No, I'll go back. I'll go back to this other game. I just wanted to hit a few of these bets that people were talking about for the Thunder game. Let me go back. I'll take a look for you, and we can get into some of that stuff. But let me just finish up real quick. Appreciate you, Richard. Yeah, if you could hit the like button, it goes a long way, y'all. So if you appreciate what's going on here and are learning anything, then that would be huge. Over 2.5 though. I'm putting this into my little player prop tool. So for those of y'all that haven't seen this, we got to do hood math real quick. And we got to put Chet in here. We're going to assists. This is linked in the description of the video, and it's linked in the help me out here, in the Discord. That's what I'm trying to say. 2.5 dimes. Is this still for real? Where is this telling us that he's getting that much? FanDuel? Is that true, FanDuel? May I get that? It doesn't even look like he has his shit up right now. Does it? So this is not coming through correctly, is it? Let's look at Props Madness, because like I said, that is for sure updated consistently. Going to Chet on the dimes. 2.5 on DraftKings is plus 145. So I guess it's on DK now, and for some reason it came down off of FanDuel. So going over to Chet assists. If you are new too, by the way, everything's scrolling on the bottom line if you need it. Plus 145. So let me just do that. And the under is minus 175. So I'll use those two numbers. Under is minus 175. Over is plus 145. The minutes average on the season was 29 point. Was it 7? Make sure I get that right. For Chet on the season, it was. Wait, what do I got going on here? This is head to head. No, this is playoffs. I got to take off playoffs. On the season, 2.5 in 29.7 minutes. And now we're at prop average was 2.5, right? So now if we project him at the 33 minutes he's been playing in the playoffs, and let me just go back to RotoWire and see if they are saying anything way off from that. But projected minutes, look at Giddey at 15. Yeah, Chet's still at 35. So we'll give him 34. So that's what he's been averaging in the playoffs and just go from there. 34, it's all hands on deck, so he should be in there. I mean, that's a pretty high probability to the over, y'all. I don't know why we would not take that for plus 145. The book probability under, and this is where I got to go to my odds calculator and just put in minus 175, is a 64% chance of this hitting. 64, still no edge to the under. But if we go to 145 plus 145, we're at a 41% chance of this hitting. And we still have a really nice edge to the over just on these numbers alone with extra minutes for him and all this stuff. Like, I got to put a half a unit on Chet. That's just too good of a look with the math right there. Yeah, I'm going to hit Chet for a half a unit with the over on the assists. Chet over 2.5 assists. I mean, this is just a sprinkle because it's plus 145 on something that he's done consistently throughout the regular season. I mean, I understand the concept of him not being, but yeah, I like this a lot. 0.5 U, adding that in there, which means you might get some good stuff for like Chet 2+ assists and all that. You add that to other stuff. I think that's going to be a good look. I think most of the stuff you guys want to look at is from the other game. So let's get into it. I'll go right back to it. I have no problem with that. This is for y'all. I don't need to look at anything else in this game. I can't believe I just found Chet for 2.5 assists. I'm already found gold. You kidding me? Let's get to Boston Cleveland again. Let me just refresh to help out our good friends at prop.cash, make sure that we're still getting what we need from there. Drewski's still firing away with some good bets. Tatum double-double. Yeah, what's the Tatum double-double worth for right now? I still think that's probably a good look. I mean, you might as well take the boards if it's a better number, but if the double-double is a better, like I said, I like the rebounds for him. So if over 9.5 boards is minus 135, I can't imagine the double-double is too good, but I don't think he's going to get there with the assists. So you might as well just look at it as the rebounds, to be honest. Double-double on this platform is going to be minus 160. So I would just hit the rebounds. That's the thing that I always come back to is like minus 160 is just not worth it because the assists are at 5.5 and the rebounds are at 9.5. You see what I'm saying? So for him to get the 10 rebounds, you really think he's not going to get 10 points? Just take the rebounds, and if you want to do more than that, just parlay them. Basically, just take over 10. Like, this is how I would play it. I'll just put it this way: if I'm doing Tatum instead of the double-double, you might as well just take Tatum rebounds over 9.5. Minus 135, you lose no juice on that. And then you just combine it with whatever Tatum points you want to, just for a little bit better juice. Like, take him at the easiest point prop possible on alt points. Jason Tatum alt 20+. Now you're talking about minus 115. It's better than the double-double. I understand he could miss that. So there's a bit more risk there, but like just hit him on the rebounds then. That's my main point. So I would always look at that stuff when you look at double-double. It's like, well, which prop are you projecting him to get the double on? Is it going to be the assist or the rebounds? And if you think the points are a lock, then just, let it ride with the rebounds. So that's my thing with Tatum. I've got the lean up for him as well on the bottom. And then no Chet, not Chet on the unders, especially because Gafford's a tougher matchup for him. I'm over on Chet assists. I didn't play anything else for him, but the points and the assists, if you add them together, 17 and a half, whatever, you're just basically banking on him going under the points at that point. And I could be, I don't know. I'm not there with the points for Chet. He's been taking, I think 13 and a half to 14 and a half points is basically where his prop line should be at, is the point I'm making. So y'all want to know about Garland? So for Darius Garland, God, dude, he's been so disappointing. Honestly, like so freaking disappointing in these playoffs, and honestly in the last year's playoffs too. Like, when's he been good in the playoffs? What was he at last year in the playoffs? Just while I'm talking trash. In that Knicks series, he went 17 points, 32 points, 10 points, then 23 and 21. Not bad. This playoffs, look how this is just disappointing, man. So now we have to figure out what he's going to be like without Donnie Mitchell. Let me take Donnie Mitchell on and see what he did last year in the playoffs. Yeah, Donnie didn't miss any games in the playoffs. He just didn't show up in the playoffs. But for Darius, he was better actually, I believe, than Donnie last year. So now we're at a place of like, is he going to step up his game because Donnie Mitchell is out? Of course, Ken. Yeah, that's what we're here for, bro. No problem. I appreciate you jumping in and being active. Oh man, are his shots really going to go up? He'll probably play the 38 minutes. It's all hands on deck. I mean, he and LeVert are probably both good. Did Karras go up, Hella? Did we get that? Oh, we got that premium. Whew. We got the best price possible on Caris LeVert. Golly, this is why you got to jump in the Discord, man. Like, people were talking about this from early this morning. We were talking about what happens if Donnie Mitchell's not out because he wasn't around at shoot around. That's fire. Yeah, I think. Yeah, if Strus misses, then that sucks. I'm not going to buy out of my Strus stuff. The video's up. Everything's rolling. This game starts in like 25 minutes, which does remind me I got a dip because I got more stuff to do, including looking at tomorrow's games. Right now, I'm on a Jalen Brunson under for tomorrow, y'all. I hate to just like jump ahead, but I think I'm under Jalen Brunson points, and I'm over on Aaron Nesmith points and rebounds. Those are two bets I think I already found for tomorrow. So if you want a little early look, that's where I'm at with that one is those two things. Ooh, you like under assists. Okay. Look, I'm with you on this, Free Sauce. What I'm with you on is like, I think Luka goes under. I think Kyrie goes over. Do with that what you will, right? I didn't specify a stat there because like I think Luka goes over the points and assists combined. I think Kyrie goes over on the points. He should go over on the assists, but like, let me just finish with this. If you like Kyrie assist, the reason you like it is because if he's the main ball handler, the Thunder play pressure defense on the pick and roll ball handler, and the dude who has the ball in his hands the most. In the second half, that's Kyrie. He's trying to score, but they should try to force the ball out of Kyrie's hands if he's the primary guy. So that's the thought for Kyrie assists and under assists for Luka. And I think it's a good look. And if you parlay those bitches, like you're going to get a pretty nice payout as well. I'm sure Free Sauce has considered that. You can check out his channel, by the way, in the Discord. There's a couple of guys who are just so active and doing their research every day that we went ahead and got them channels since everybody wants to know where their bets are at. Tristan Thompson ain't it. That's for sure. You got Dean Wade back. Did his stuff go up at all? Yeah, he's up to 4.5 boards, 5.5 points. What's his PR at? Oh, it's 8.5 now. No, that can't be right. That's outdated. Hold up. Dean Wade, where you at? Where's the professor? Dean Wade, 5.5 combos, points, rebounds, and assists for Dean. Where'd it go? Oh, you can't get PRA. You got to go to player rebounds and points for Dean. 10.5. Okay, that's better than the number I gave out earlier. I hit this at 11.5 on DraftKings, and now it's down to 10.5. I still think that's a good look for sure. There's going to be like no room for just you don't have any scorers now. Like Donnie can't just carry your offense with a bunch of other scrubs. So you got to have people that can score on the floor is what we're saying now. Okay. Mason likes 2+ steals for Kyrie. He's got a big hit rate, and he's got plus money on that. So that's a good shout. I want to give you a little love there. Yeah. All right. So basically where we're at for Garland is just, I just like LeVert so much more that I don't want to have to bet on both of them. And LeVert's got lower props, obviously. Garland's up to what, 20.5? This is right about where it should be. What's the assists at? That's one thing I haven't looked at. 6.5. All right. Yeah, for bad money, though. And he averages 6.9 without Donnie. So this is not a look against Boston for the assists, honestly. I don't think that's going to go up too much. Now, he's going to have the ball in his hands way more. I think the points are a slightly better play, but I don't trust this man. Like, he just kind of had folded earlier in these earlier games. And I guess he's been deferring. How many shots has he been taking? Just looking at him. I'm already on the over for Dean Wade, by the way, if that wasn't clear. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else that you guys asked, because I'm pretty good on my bets. I got a super robust card right here. We got other stuff to get into. So, all right. Yeah, I'm good on that for now. I'm not touching anything else because I got so many in. I got to get a couple more bets in. Definitely want a quick reminder. We got the, we got the Discord going. So if you do want to jump in there, highly recommend it. We got a lot of good stuff that we're looking at. We got a lot of bets in here that you would not have gotten. You missed out, basically, if you weren't in the Discord to know that we were already looking at this stuff pretty consistently. So jump in there if you have not yet. It's free right now. Link in the description of the video. Also got the props.cash stuff if you want that. If you don't have props.cash, that's the tool that I was just using. One-stop shop, 25% off if you do the monthly deal. Use LYB24 so you can go ahead and get 25% off of that. I'll have that video early tonight for tomorrow's stuff. I don't know about my Knicks, yo. I don't know. I don't like it. OG's already ruled out. This team is tired. They're hurt. Tibbs ran him into the ground. Tibbs going Tibbs, and now he's going to reap the benefits of what he sowed, man. So, and by benefits, I mean not benefits. So I don't know about this Knicks squad. Like, it's only 2.5 for Indy, in which case you might as well hit the money line for them, or plus 2.5. Like, Pacers and 6. They don't have any reserves. Who's going to come in and help them out now? And like, Brunson is now locked up by Nesmith. I don't know. Now it's just a vent session for me, bro. Yeah, no, it's a good point. Real quick, keep this in mind from Mike. Not Debbie Downer. This is Rodney Reasonable, or whatever you would call it. How good the Cavs defense was before Spida joined the club. The defense is still going to be good. I'm an under on Tatum's points. I like his rebounds, but yeah, I don't think everybody should just be like, oh man, Derek White for 100 points this game. Like, let's be chill for sure, because like I said, stars out, bets up. And these Cavs backups are probably going to come to play. I'm terrified of Max Strus under at this point. Like, he's the kind of dude that's just going to step up when he has to. Like, all right, got to go to work and just this is my job today, is to score and not to just rebound and run around and play D. So I could see that happening. In fact, I might live bet out of the Max Strus stuff and just go ahead and get some of that, because now it's not a good bet. And that's what I said in the video too. Now I'm rambling though. I appreciate you all being in here, man. Jump into that Discord. Jump into the stream tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have Prop Holiday on tomorrow. Not sure how many of you guys know Prop Holiday, but he's the freaking man. I love that dude. He does good, really, really good work. If you've ever seen him, follow him on Twitter. I'm actually just going to pull him up real quick, because I want to make sure you guys know who I'm talking about. But he's going to be on tomorrow. And my dude is fire. He's got his own Discord as well. But he does really, really good stuff. I said I was going to share his thing. Hold on. Let me actually do that. Because I just told you I was going to. Let's see, get this off of here. All right. Oh no, we're freaking out. All right, Prop Holiday is what it is. So just go ahead and find that dude. He's the man. Like I said, he's going to be on tomorrow, so we'll have him in there. That's all for now, you guys. I'm going to put up the video here. Is going to have the pinned comment of this video on YouTube. Subscribe to the page if you would, or at least like this video if you got something from it. We're coming back every day, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, with this live stream, so you guys can get some of the stuff that we're looking at. Myself, Free Sauce, Buddy, Mike, Trey, you all know who you are. We got Street Cred in there. We got my role player, bro, for sure. Dom D, always going crazy with some good role player looks. So everybody knows their job, I feel like, at this point in the Discord, and everybody's providing. So we got crazy closing line value today, fam. Shout you out again, Free Sauce, because you first were like, yo, Donnie Mitchell, not at shoot around. Like, sound the freaking alarm. And that's the point, is like, more eyes is better than none, right? So, all right. I appreciate you guys. Best of luck tonight. Gamble responsibly. Don't go crazy. Don't spend all your stuff tonight if you are losing some bets. I've got about 10 plays at this point, so I'm volume betting tonight. But keep it classy. I'm already up like 40 units on the season too, so I got a little bit of stuff to work with to try to make some money. I think we're gonna find some value. Until I see you guys later, which is tomorrow 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and tonight with that projection video. Happy betting.